Verse 22. That same night he arose and took his 2 wives, his 2 female servants, and his 11 children, and crossed the ford of the Jabbok. Now, why did he do this? Why at night? Now, crossing a river at night is maybe not the wisest thing to do, depending on the river, that is. If it's if it's like just a narrow kind of a river, not very deep, then I guess you can cross it anytime you want to. The only thing is, at night it's dark. Now, since they moved and were able to see, they most likely had some torches or something. If it was full moon, then it would be light enough to see. Otherwise, they would have had torches. If you're going, you can't travel in night if you don't have a torch or some other way to light your road, except if it's full moon. And even then, having a torch is kind of wise. So, yeah, this river would not have been. This is not the Jordan River. This is just a Jabbok, a tributary. So, yeah, I can't imagine it being such a. Yeah, again, I haven't been there as well, so I don't know how big this Jabbok River is, but it's a tributary of the Jordan. So I just can't imagine it's this humongous river that is impossible to cross. I've been through rivers like that, and where it's deep and it's wide, and there's no way there's no way in crossing them. Even swimming across it is nigh to impossible. Strong currents, etc. Right? But this is not a river like this, and they could easily cross it. So most likely they had some kind of torches, and they would be able to see and just get to the other side. Why at night? Maybe, just maybe, he thought that if Esau's already on the other side, maybe with bow and arrows, and if they do it at daytime, then they're an easy target. They're out in the open, kinda, maybe. On the other hand, he did send already the animals ahead as a present, so I don't think he was expecting Esau to just be on the other side of the river. So he wanted to have some distance between himself and the presence that's going, but he didn't want the distance too big. So if he stayed till the next morning and these guys crossed the evening before and they walked off, then this distance between himself and the gift became maybe way too big, so that Esau sees gift 1, gift 2, gift 3, gift 4, gift 5, and nobody else. And then standing around, and he's kind of okay to accept Jacob, and he's expecting Jacob now. And where is Jacob? Jacob is not coming. Jacob is not coming. Jacob is not coming. I know, he might get impatient. He might get angry again, for crying out loud. So maybe that is the reason. Again, what I've read from some of commentaries is like how Jacob is so fearful, he's not thinking straight again, he's not thinking straight like Abram didn't think straight when he took Isaac and put him on, and then when cutting the wood kind of idea. I already explained that, can go and listen to it. I don't think again that this is necessary what this means, that he was afraid, and so for this reason he didn't do anything here, right? I don't think, or he did things weirdly because he's so afraid, and therefore he did things in the wrong order. No, I think maybe again it's just these people went, he sent them off, and he didn't want his brother to come too close. So he could have waited with the gift to start sending the gift the next day, but then his brother is traveling closer, and then the gap is smaller. So sending them now, then the gap between them grows smaller from both sides. That means there's some, again, if he is in the middle, he's for his wife and his children to kind of maybe get away. That can logically all make a lot of sense. Okay, and that can explain exactly why all of this happened here this way, why they crossed at night. Right? So he wanted the gift to get faster there, so that they are somewhere between the rivers and not caught, that there is a way to escape, so therefore he sent it out in the evening. But then if the gap between the gift and them is too big, then as well that might create problems, so he crossed at night. Okay, I think there is therefore a different kind of logical explanation possible here. I'm not saying this is a reason, I'm just saying there can be a different explanation. as well. Right? And so this is why he crossed them. Verse 23. He took them and sent them across the stream and everything else that he had. So as the owner of everything, as things went by, he made sure everything is coming through safely. He didn't go across and then walked off and whatever down happens behind him. He wanted to make sure that all is through. You know, use example, my father getting all this in the car, and then he goes back and he checks if everything is right. He already did all this trouble to get us in the car. Now we're sitting and waiting for him in the car while he is back there again into the house to go and make sure everything. See, these things happen. People work that way. It's not, again, weird at all. I don't think my father was weird, right? People do these kinds of things. Maybe for these Bible scholars writing these things, their fathers didn't do it. They never saw examples of this, so therefore they don't know that it can happen. But man, it can happen. Okay, so he, the owner, he's standing by. The things are going through. He goes there and makes sure, and he goes and he makes sure everything is. He's responsible for them after crying out loud. He needs to make sure that everything is safe before he can then cross and go over. Okay, so. Yeah, again, it's a bit weird for me why Bible scholars can't write their commentaries on simple life things. Sometimes I experience the feeling that these guys, they only live in their upper middle class homes, upper middle class homes, and go to university where they teach. But they don't know what the heck these things are, just plain simple dirt or nature out there. They don't understand humanity. I don't know, sometimes it feels like that for me. But anyhow, here I gave you a possible explanation for what is happening here. Something that does make a lot of logical sense. How people kind of react, kind of do, if a person is responsible. So, he took them and everything else is true. Now, with all on that side, he maybe went back to the camp to see nobody left anything. There's no clothes under the bed, for example. Nobody forgot the toothbrush in the bathroom or something. We in the hotel, you go and check everything out like everybody's out. You go back to make sure. Okay, so everybody's on that side. I'm now alone. I can make sure, right? I'm the last one here, and I can check everything is okay, right? Nothing next to the campsite. No, I can cross. Yeah, right. I mean, that's just how things work, okay? So no need to see of himself or Jacob. I think I gave you lots of explanations here for why these things are just kind of normal under those circumstances, without thinking that this guy was he was madly in fear. Right, sure, he's going to be fearful, but that doesn't mean to be fearful that you become irrational. Okay? I'm afraid of flying. I'm super afraid of flying. But I don't think I become irrational when I get onto a plane.